Okay, so the reason why I'm making this video is because right now at this point, I'm deeply concerned about America, the American politics, and the way that things are going right now. With respect to the Republican Party, especially headed by Mr. Donald Trump, the part that concerns me most, it is not so much about the people that are voting for him, but it's because of the misinformation that they got. I don't mind people making a decision about how to vote and who to vote for, but the decision that you get must be based on true information. It ought to be a felony charge for people who lead people with misinformation, especially in politics. That needs to be against the law. In any democracy, that needs to be against the law, because people are going to believe what you tell them, and they are going to make their decision based on the information that they got. When you have news media like Fox News media that is totally dedicated to brainwashing the American people, that is a big problem within any democracy, because you cannot make decisions about a democracy when you don't have information. When you have a president who is spreading misinformation from the top, that is a very serious problem. The problem about this misinformation is that it's only the Americans believe this information, because the world who is watching America and who is paying attention to America and to what is going on here in America, they do not believe that Donald Trump is a good president. As a matter of fact, when he went to the World Summit with 191 countries gathered there, and he started talking about how he's a president that accomplished like the most things and all of that, the whole audience break out in a laugh. They was laughing at him to the point where he wanted to cut the summit short and come back home to the US, which he did cut the mission short and came back home to the US because he was embarrassed. Now that same thing that he said, overseas, that pretty much got him booed and laughed at, that would have been accepted with a rousing applause if he was at one of those rallies. And this is to show how these people are being brainwashed, to vote for the Republican Party, not just Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is the head of the Republican Party. That is what the Republican Party is right now. There is no other Republican Party than Donald Trump Republican Party. Now, the thing that scares me most as a person who is a writer and who is publishing books, not about politics, but I'm definitely publishing things about world events and about the things that are happening in the world as usual. The thing that bothers me most, is what they're doing with the Supreme Court. First, the Supreme Court was manipulated by the Democrats when they had judges in the Supreme Court that voted for same-sex marriage and abortion and things like that, which is, like I said, a woman's right to choose. Is a woman's right to choose. That should not be a political matter. Well, you make it a political matter. Once you make it a political matter as to whether this is ethical or not ethical, that becomes a no vote for me. That is not a yes. That is a no vote. because I do not believe, I'm a pro-life person, and I can understand that there are situations where a woman might get pregnant, that she might not want to keep that child and all of that. That's a very complex situation to deal with. That's a spiritual matter to deal with than a political matter. Now, when it comes to same-sex marriage, I'm definitely not in agreement with any same-sex marriage. A marriage is between a man and a woman. It is not between two men nor two women. That was also what George Bush said. See, I'm not a political person. I don't. There were Republicans I respect, even though George Bush wasn't all that much a good president, but I like the guy compared to Donald Trump. I also did like Ronald Reagan. He was one of my favorite persons. So I'm not against the Republican Party. What I'm against is what they're doing right now. What they're going to do, what they're trying to do right now is to delegitimize the voting system. So when they came up with this idea that a person can donate any amount of money that they want to, put that any amount of money that they want to in the political system, what they're doing, they're selling out this system, the democracy. They're selling out democracy to the wealthy, the billionaires, of whom I speak. They are going to be the people in the future to watch. As of right now, and it's already started happening already, the billionaires are going to be the people that everybody is going to look up to. They're going to have all the wealth in America. There's not going to be any small people in America like middle class citizens. That is no longer going to exist. They're getting rid of small businesses. That is gone. That is already going through the door. So there's not going to be small business. All of these businesses that we do, that we offer as services, they are going to be taken over by the tech company. We have already seen the beginning of that already with companies like Google, like Amazon in our neighborhood. Every time you look, you see an Amazon shop. And that was also started by Uber company. So more and more what you're going to have is the tech company is going to be taking over the services, all the services that is offered inside of our neighborhoods. So you're going to see them come in and start off with a low price. Everything starts off with a low price at first. Remember Uber, when they just came in and they start off with a low price. Look at Uber now. So what they do, they start off at a low price. They get rid of the services that are around them. Like Uber came in and they get rid of the taxi services. They get rid of all the small business services that is around them. And then when they be rid the small business services, then they jack up back their prices. It was the same thing that Walmart did. That's the same concept of doing business. Coming in town, working through the local government, starting off with a lower price and getting all the people. Once they be rid the small businesses around them, then they jack up back their prices. So what we're going to see in America now, and I'm going to tell you these things prophetically. But prophetically means I'm telling you so that you can make the change right now. I'm telling you the direction where America is going. You're going to see poverty in America. America is going to become like those third world countries, where all the small class of people, the people with money, are going to be seen as nothing, nobody in the system. And you will not have a job except this job is given to you by either one of those tech companies who is going to come into the neighborhood and take over all the services, or some billionaire somewhere. So there's going to be no more millionaires, because once they remove the middle class citizen, they are also gonna remove, that is also gonna strategically remove all the millionaires from our community. So there's only going to be the rich, the very rich, which are going to be the billionaires, and the very poor. Mark my word on this. And today, this November, when you go out to vote, when you get on that Donald Trump train and talking about make America great again, and with all that foolishness, that means nothing, because this man does nothing. They cannot show me one thing that he did since he's been president for 4 more, but they're asking for 4 more years. They say 4 more years for Donald Trump, but 4 more years for what? When you vote for this man, you're voting against your own security. You're voting against everything that you will need to put in place for you and your children for the future. Mark my word. I forget what I was gonna say here, because something that came to mind to say. I said when you vote for this man, you're voting against everything that, because they're doing everything on a smear campaign, with lies and all of that, because that's what they're promoting. Because this country has become worse since Donald Trump, since this Republican president had taken over, because they're on an agenda, and their agenda is bigger than the small white guy. So you're voting because this man is racist, but you're still casting your vote. And some of you are voting for him being racist because you foolishly believe that there's going to be something in it that's benefiting you. Because if he's for the white race, and you're from the white race, then you're going to be benefit from her. You see, you're being deceived to believe that, because this agenda is gonna benefit nobody. It has never been about about white and black people, because there are black people who are also millionaires. It has never been about black and white. It has always been about rich and poor. And that is what matters now. That is what is going to matter for the future, because where they're heading with the America right now, with the American system under the Republican Party. I'm not talking about the Democratic Party now, because they already did their evil, which I had already talked about, with the immorality that they brings into the government system. So I'm neither for the Republican Party nor the Democratic Party. But what I'm telling you right now is that this Republican bus that you're jumping on, if you're a middle class citizen, you need to hop off of it. It is gonna be in your very best interest to hop off of it. I had a vision about Donald Trump. I had 2 visions about Donald Trump. One, I have seen that in my spirit when I was writing, which is why I'm making this video right now, because I see where this man can win this election through his smear campaign. I see that coming to America, and that's one of the very reasons why I'm making this video now, to avoid that from happening. And the second vision I had about Donald Trump was the first vision I had about him, where I saw this man was standing on top of a balcony, and they were showing me everything that was in this man's past, and it was all this corruption. So what I was seeing, on top of the balcony, was that this man was a devil. But yet down there, when I looked below, he was this charismatic person that had everybody cheering and jumping up for him. Then from there, the Spirit moved me, take me into the church, and I saw where he was coming into the church, and he was charming all those people in the church to vote for him. He was getting those votes. That was in the church. This is a very, very dangerous brainwash campaign that is on right now. And what I'm telling you right now is that y'all need to stop and think about what you're doing. I'm not supposed to be making videos because I'm writing books, so I'm not supposed to be making videos, but I'm compelled right now at this time to write a video, to make this video and to put it on my website, that whoever sees it can pay attention to the message that I'm giving. If you're gonna vote, if you find yourself vote for Donald Trump, you might as well use a knife and cut your hand off. This is how serious this is. Do not vote for this president. Do not vote for this man, because he's a devil sent to America, sent to destroy the American system. That is my final word to you. Thanks a lot, and welcome to the Local Teller Network. And if you like this video, please subscribe. Thanks a lot.